Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at how tech companies are using AI to advance sustainability.
A very hot topic.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? It's something we talk about a lot. And this is going to be a fascinating deep dive, I think, because this research article we're looking at from Industrial Marketing Management from 2024 really kind of sums it all up. It's called How Tech Companies Advance Sustainability Through Artificial Intelligence, Developing and Evaluating an AI-X Sustainability Strategy Framework.
Catchy title.
Yeah. You know how academics are with their titles?
Yeah.
But you know what? It really does lay it all out. And this is something that's, as I was saying, increasingly important. It's not just good PR anymore.
No, it's really becoming a business imperative.
Absolutely. Consumers are demanding it. Investors are prioritizing it. And frankly, our planet really needs it.
Yeah, for sure. The research, it talks about two kind of main models of sustainability. You've got the kind of balanced model of sustainability, which is also known as the triple bottom line. So
Wow.
people, planet, profit,
Right.
trying to give equal weight to all of them.
Yeah.
But the study focuses on the second model, which is called the nested model of sustainability.
So is that, instead of that three-legged stool analogy,
Yeah.
it's more like the Russian nesting dolls?
Exactly. So it kind of sees ecological and social sustainability as the foundation
Right.
for a thriving economy.
Interesting.
So it recognizes that you need a healthy planet
Yeah.
and a healthy society if you want a healthy economy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So where does AI fit into all of this?
So AI actually plays a dual role.
Okay.
On the one hand, you've got what's called AI for sustainability.
Okay.
So this is using AI as a tool to directly address environmental and social challenges.
Right.
So, think optimizing energy grids,
Okay.
reducing waste designing for accessibility.
So AI is a problem solver.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then there's also sustainable AI.
Okay.
Which is about ensuring that the way that AI systems are developed and operated is sustainable in itself.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it's about minimizing their energy consumption,
Right.
reducing bias in algorithms, protecting user privacy.
So it's not just about what AI can do to help sustainability.
Yeah.
But how AI itself is done sustainably.
Precisely.
Okay.
And this study introduces a really useful framework, I think, for understanding how companies are approaching this.
Oh, a framework. Tell me more.
Yeah, so it's called the AI-X Sustainability Strategy Framework.
Gotcha.
And it looks at two main things.
Okay.
So first you have what's called strategy formulation,
Okay.
which is basically where's the company focusing its efforts?
Got it.
Yeah. Are they primarily using AI for ecological goals,
Yeah.
social goals,
Right.
or kind of mix of both?
Okay.
And are they more focused on AI for sustainability or on making their AI sustainable?
So those two kind of key questions about what their goals are.
Exactly.
And then the second part of the framework.
Yeah. So the second part looks at strategy implementation.
Okay.
So this is how are they actually putting these strategies into action?
Right.
Are they relying mainly on their own internal teams?
Ah,
Are they collaborating with external partners?
okay.
Or is it a bit of a mix?
So this helps us to understand not just their goals, but also
Yeah,
how they're actually trying to achieve them.
absolutely.
Okay.
And what the researchers did is they actually analyzed almost 250 different initiatives
Wow.
from different big tech companies to see where they fit within this framework.
That's a lot of data.
It's
So how did they even go about doing that?
So they used a method called document analysis,
Okay.
which basically means they looked at tons of public information.
Right.
So, sustainability reports, websites, blog posts,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
To see what they were doing.
Exactly, to find these concrete AIX sustainability projects
Right.
and to see what kind of strategies they revealed.
It's smart that they were able to use publicly available data
Yeah.
to kind of understand this.
Definitely.
So what did they find?
So,
Where do these big tech companies actually fall within this framework?
so I think the easiest way to visualize this is to think about it as 4 quadrants
Okay.
based on those 2 dimensions we talked about.
Right. So the type of sustainability goal,
Yeah,
whether it's ecological or social,
exactly.
and then if they're using AI for sustainability or focusing on sustainable AI. So
Yeah.
4 quadrants representing those different approaches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of see where the different companies land.
Okay, so tell me, where do they land?
So let's start with Microsoft.
Okay.
They're very much focused on using AI for ecological sustainability.
So they fall squarely in that first quadrant then.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes sense given their big AI for Earth program, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're using AI to address things like climate change,
Right.
biodiversity loss resource management.
Right.
So, for example, they partnered with the Let's Do It Foundation to develop an AI system that can actually detect waste in images.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of like a digital waste detective.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's really interesting.
So Microsoft very much about using AI for ecological sustainability.
Yeah.
What about Google?
So Google's interesting because they're doing a lot on sustainability.
They are huge on it, yeah.
But their focus is a little bit different.
Okay.
So their initiatives, they tend to cluster in that sustainable AI quadrant.
Right.
With an emphasis on social issues.
Oh.
So they're putting a lot of resources into making their AI systems fair, unbiased, and privacy conscious.
That makes sense given the massive reach of their algorithms and the potential impact there.
Absolutely.
So what are some examples of their work in that area?
So they've developed tools like Know Your Data, which helps developers to identify biases in their data sets.
So like gender bias or racial bias, that kind of thing.
Exactly. So they can mitigate those early on in the AI development process.
Yeah. So it's about building systems that are not just smart, but also ethical.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So Google really prioritizing that responsible development of AI.
Yeah.
What about some of the other big tech companies?
So IBM takes a bit more of a balanced approach.
Okay.
So their initiatives are kind of spread across both ecological and social goals, showing how AI can be used for these diverse sustainability challenges.
So they're kind of playing the field a little bit, trying to make a positive impact in lots of different areas.
You could say that.
Okay.
Now, Amazon, Meta, and SAP are kind of interesting cases.
Okay.
They don't really have a single focus like Microsoft or Google.
Okay.
Their initiatives are much more kind of scattered.
Across all four.
Yeah, across all four quadrants.
So they're harder to pin down.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you give us specific examples of their work to illustrate this?
Sure. So Amazon, for example, is investing heavily in making their data centers more energy efficient. So that kind of falls under that sustainable AI with an ecological focus.
Right.
But they're also using AI to improve worker safety in their fulfillment centers.
So even within the same company, we're seeing different approaches.
Exactly. And it shows that it's not always this kind of black and white picture.
Right. It's a complex.
Yeah.
What about Meta?
So Meta's another example of this kind of complexity. So they're using AI to combat misinformation.
Which obviously has a social benefit.
Yeah, definitely.
But they're also facing a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
For the potential negative impacts of their algorithms.
Absolutely.
So it's a tricky landscape to navigate.
It is.
It sounds like all these companies are still figuring things out.
Yeah.
Trying to balance those different priorities.
Yeah.
And address the potential downsides of their technology.
Absolutely.
But how does all of this play out in the real world?
Yeah.
Like, do clients actually care about these different strategies?
So that's where the research takes a really interesting turn. They actually conducted what they call an exploratory survey to try and understand how potential clients perceive these different approaches.
So they wanted to see if certain strategies are more appealing or, attractive to clients.
Exactly.
Who might actually do business with them.
Yeah, and what they found is that AI for social sustainability quadrant was perceived most positively by clients.
Interesting. So companies should really be highlighting those initiatives.
It seems like it.
If they want to attract clients and build trust.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. So it's not just about saving the planet anymore.
No.
It's also about using AI to create a more just and equitable society.
Absolutely.
And what about the implementation side of things?
Yeah. So the survey also found that clients tend to favor companies who collaborate externally.
Okay.
So it suggests they prefer that transparency and shared expertise.
So going it alone isn't necessarily the best approach.
No.
Partnering up can actually be seen as a strength.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of shows that they're committed to this broader vision.
Right. They're not just trying to, hoard all the knowledge.
Exactly. It takes a village.
It does.
To solve these challenges.
This is so much to unpack. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah, we have.
Of this whole AI X sustainability landscape.
We have, and what we've uncovered so far is really just the beginning.
I know. This is exciting. This conversation has been so insightful.
It has been.
I'm feeling really inspired by the potential of AI, but also just really aware of the need for thoughtful and responsible development as we move forward.
Absolutely.
I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive
Sounds good.
and take a moment to reflect on everything that we've learned so far.
Yeah.
We've explored the strategic approaches of these big tech companies.
Yes.
There's still so much more to uncover, and we're so eager to continue this exploration with you in our next segment.
Looking forward to it.
So stay tuned.